Alright, so this is the Aquila16 Ready to Fly kit from BETAFPV, latest and greatest starter kit for those of you that are considering your journey into FPV. These are what these starter kits come with. Pretty much everything that you need. You got your controller, the drone itself, of course, and your goggles, and batteries and chargers are included as well. Alright, and here's everything that is in this kit listed on the back of the box. Go ahead and open it up and see what we got. Alright, so we got your typical gray carrying case from BETAFPV. Obviously they've moved on to black or gray for the drone stuff instead of white in their previous Ready to Fly kits. Alright, we start off with some documentation, got a user's manual and some safety guidelines. The manual does look like it has quite a bit of information in here. Of course we will cover a lot of this in this video, but I'm not going to go over every page of the manual one by one. Of course, it's you'll have to get that when you get the kit. Alright, so this is how the stuff is laid out inside of the case. Got the drone over here on the left. Got your accessories, batteries and chargers and props are going to be over there. Got your controller, and then you got your goggles on the right side. Now we got the head strap for the goggles. And here are the goggles themselves. I think this is a new version of the VR03 with DVR. There's your micro SD card slot. It was previously in white, and here's the antenna. Kind of swings out like this. Got your buttons here, so that's a record button, on-off switch there, and you got your USB-C port for charging. The strap's going to go over here, and there's a metal clasp here on top for the headband. And I think it's got a 4.3-inch screen. We'll look at that a little bit later, but I've reviewed this goggle before in white, and I believe, if I remember right, this nose area is a little on the small size. So we'll have to see how that works on this particular version. Soft touch gray plastic here, so it's not exactly black, it's more like a gray color. And you can kind of see here where it's kind of a dark gray. The controller here has these stick protectors that are holding the sticks in the middle here. And you can see this is definitely black, and this is actually gray. And this is the Light Radio 2 SE. I have reviewed this previously, but it looks like they have now the new upgraded nano gimbals in here. These definitely feel a lot nicer than in previous versions of this radio. And this radio now comes in Express LRS, I think version 3. But everything else is the same. Got your switches here. Those are the same. Power on button, USB-C port, trainer ports. Built-in battery, I believe. Okay, so here's some of the stuff that's in the accessory pouch in the top there. So you got a USB-C cable. So it's going to be for charging up the goggles and the controller. You do need a power supply for this. It's not included. And we have some other cables here. Looks like battery leads, spare props. Looks like a USB port extender, screwdriver, prop removal tool. So these are just some little extra stuff that you'll need for the drone for probably repairs and that kind of stuff for later. You get two of these batteries. These are 1S 1100 milliamp hours. So they're pretty big. They come with the BT 2.0 connector, and these are kind of proprietary for this particular model. I'll show you this here on the drone in a second. And it looks like, I guess you would use the charger here. This is like their standard USB-C charger. Usually this comes in white. Now it looks like it's black or gray. Yeah, so you're going to need this little adapter here. It's a little extension for the charger. So you're going to plug this in like so on this end, and then the battery is going to get plugged in over here like that. So that's how you're going to charge up the batteries like this, and they get two of these, so you can charge them both at the same time, and this shows you what the current voltage is. Also a battery checker. Alright, so here's the drone itself, and very light. I think it weighs like 40 something grams. I'll put it up here on the screen. 45 millimeter propellers, I believe they said. 1102 motors, 18,000 kV. This drone does have altitude hold and position hold, so there's going to be some sensors here on the bottom that's going to hold its position and its height to help you learn to fly. So it basically helps you preventing from crashing, and that's going to be in the beginner mode or the normal mode. We'll test that out, of course, in this video. The battery's going to go here on top. It's going to slide in. Yeah, so this looks a lot like the Pavo Pico, similar size motor, but this is a 1S setup. And then you have your analog camera. That's a CO2 camera, and I think the flight controller, everything's on the inside. This is a proprietary flight controller and software because it has that altitude hold and position hold that is not a part of Betaflight as far as I know. Alright, so a brief explanation about how all the switches and the buttons and everything work, and also how to turn everything on and get everything basically connected and up and flying. So just in case I didn't mention earlier, the controller now and the receiver that's in the drone are the Express LRS protocol. So I think they switched this over in the last ready to fly, the Cetus X. I believe everything here in terms of the controls and how everything functions is identical to the Cetus Pro. That was the one that also had the dual sensors for altitude and position hold. Just basically, I think they've switched this to the gray color Express LRS for the protocol, and obviously a slightly different drone here with a much bigger battery and longer flight time is essentially what we've got here. So first thing you want to do is you want to make sure that your throttle is down like this, and then all of the switches are down. So there's basically different positions for these switches. This is up, that's down. You want all these to be down, otherwise the drone won't initialize. Go ahead and power on the controller. Here's some tones. You have a light there. It's going to turn blue. It's going to be waiting for a signal. And then we'll go ahead and we'll turn on the goggles. Slide this over like that. And then we just take our battery and just kind of position it like so. It's going to slide in, and you get some beeps, you get some flashing lights. It's going to initialize. Basically, it's going to find out what level is, and you should get a solid light blue color here. And then on the goggles, it always defaults to a certain channel at the beginning, so it's never tuned. So you have a couple of options. You can long press the S button here to basically search and find the video that's being broadcast, or you can use these buttons here. I think this is the channel button and the band button. And to bring that up, you short press the S button. It brings up the interface menu, and then you can then search the different bands, or you can search the different channels. Etc. If you happen to know what the exact band and channel is, but I actually don't know, so I'm going to exit out of this. I'm going to long press the search button, and we'll let the goggle do the work for us. And there we go. It looks like it's tuned to E4, and there we have our video and OSD. You have your battery voltage there in the lower left-hand corner. The zeros below that are the flight time, and then over in the right-hand corner, lower right-hand corner, you have the N mode there, and it says slow. So N mode is the default mode, which is basically altitude hold and position hold. There's also sport mode, which is the middle position. I'll show you that here in the controller shortly, and then I think manual mode. Below that is the rate, so you have slow, medium, and fast. And then in the middle there is like a warning, says disarm right there, and it'll give you some notes. Okay, so in terms of all the switches here, the SA switch here, down is disarm, up is arm. So I'll show you here, it'll start spinning the props up. You hit this. That spins up the motors. So to disarm, push the switch down. The SB here is for the different modes. So this being down is normal, then middle is the sport mode, and then up is manual mode. So I'll show you that here on the goggle display. Alright, so on the goggle display you can see there, as I switch that switch, it goes from N to S to manual mode, so M, sport, and normal. So if you're just a beginner, you want to start off in normal mode, and that's what we're going to show you in the demo later. This switch over here, SC, right here, is down, so it's pointing down. That is going to be slow, and then in the middle is mid, and then up is fast. So I'll show you that here on the screen. Slow, mid, fast are your rates. And then this D switch here is a 2-position switch. If you quickly toggle it, it'll change the video transmitter frequency from on the drone to a different channel. And if you just toggle it up, so it has 2 functions. If you quickly toggle it, it will switch to the video transmitter channel. If you move it up, it'll go into turtle mode, and then you can flip the drone over. So turtle mode is if you have the drone and it's crashed and it's flipped over, then you're going to want to enable turtle mode. So go ahead and enable it. And you can see there, it says it's disarmed and it's turtle mode. So in order to flip it over, you're going to arm it, and then you're going to move one of the sticks. Let's see if I can demonstrate that here quickly. So you're going to arm it, and then you're going to move one of these sticks to flip it over. Alright, so go ahead and flip it over. There we go. And now it's back level. So in case you don't want to go and retrieve it, you can use that mode to turtle mode to flip the quadcopter over. Now if you want to change your video channel, there's 8 channels available. And so instead of just slowly toggling this SD switch, you're going to do it very quickly. So, and then it will actually, in the manual, it shows that it will go between these frequencies here. So in case you want to make note of that. This is on the B channel. I think it's one of the boss cam, I believe, is one of these. So these are the only channels that the video transmitter uses. So go ahead and demonstrate that real quick. So you got to do it very, very quickly. And let me show you that's going to change the channel here, and the video will go away. There we go. So now it's switched to different channels. Let's go ahead and see if we can find it. Bring up the search there, and then let's go to the B band. So now that we know it's going to be on the B band, so B4, and then let's see where it ended up at. There we go. So it's on B8, and then you can see in the upper right-hand corner there, it says 99. That is the RSSI. So now we know that we have a good strong signal. And then that little white band that's below there, that shows you your signal strength. So we can exit out of there, and now we have our signal, and now we're on B8. So that's how you use all the switches on the controller. And of course, it's all documented in the manuals, but these are the the highlights in terms of what you need to do to get this thing working. Alright, so we'll do some line of sight flying first. Go ahead and arm it. And we're in the normal mode. Throttle up. Just try to bring it down. Just go quite a ways up. A little bit of wind here. So it's supposed to hold its position. As you can see, it does a pretty decent job. There's a little bit of wind kind of swirling around. Not bad. Now, I'm not sure if this is the best surface to go over. Let's push it over this green stuff over here. Supposedly, it does better over a textured. So, yeah, so if you keep going down, it'll land. It's going to take off. So you want to have a little bit of throttle, kind of keep it in the middle here, but it's kind of up, kind of bring it down in the middle like this. Then it'll hover, so bring it down. There's a lot of wind now. It's pushing it to the right. So I think that if you, for the visual sensors to work best, you probably want to be closer to the ground. So you see it's maintaining a fairly decent altitude and position looking at the ground there. I think this textured ground is a little bit better for, kind of holding its position. So supposedly that'll make it a little easier to fly. Let's see how fast this is in normal mode. So not very fast. Backwards and forwards here. This is slow speed. Yaw is really fast still. Let's go to the middle speed here. So a little faster. This is the mid speed. So with a little bit of wind, you probably want to be in the faster speeds. Maybe indoors go on the slow speed, but fairly easy to control. If it gains a lot of momentum, it's kind of hard to slow down. So you probably don't want to go too fast. Let's go ahead and go to the fast speed. That's pretty fast. So I have to kind of get used to the rates that are on here. I'm just flying with the stock rates. The yaw rate is a lot more than the roll rates. That's a little confusing to me because I'm not used to that. But I'm getting better in figuring it out. Again, this is my first flight. Pretty simple. All right, so I think that's enough line of sight flying. Let's go ahead and we'll do FPV now. So bring it down and land and then disarm. All right, so doing some FPV here, take it off. This is the normal mode, and actually I'm in fast. Let's go to slow here. So now I'm in slow mode, so definitely would recommend this for you beginners to just take it easy and go nice and slow. I am recording this on the DVR on the goggles, so you can see, you're going to see pretty much what I'm seeing. And I think in this mode, I'm going to risk it here and do a little proximity flying. Doesn't seem like it's too difficult. Very simple. Yeah, very easy to do this in this normal mode. It basically is kind of flying itself almost. And you can kind of go crazy on the sticks too. So if you ever get disoriented, not sure what's going on, all you got to do is just let go of the sticks and it should just hover. There we go. Let go of the sticks there. So let's go ahead and see if I can get underneath the jungle gym here. A little bit of wind here pushing me around. A lot of wind pushing me around. Alright. Got through there no problem. Yeah, there's definitely more wind picking up now. So let's go into the mid-rate, get a little more speed. This is normal mode, mid-rate. Wow, we can go a lot faster. Alright, let's go fast. Alright, so pretty much as expected here. Let me switch the mode here. Let's go to the sport mode and see what's different. So I'll switch this to sport mode. Whoa! As soon as you switch to sport mode, the altitude hold kicks off immediately, so be aware of that. I went right to the ground. So I would recommend landing and then go into sport mode. Don't do it in the middle like I just did there. Then you more or less have to fly it. So what I see here now is sport mode is kind of like, yeah, it's basically no altitude hold or position hold. The sensors are off, but now we have to fly it. Whoa! And this is kind of like angle mode in Betaflight. Yeah, so those As soon as you switch from normal mode to sport mode, the sensors turn off and it goes right to the ground. So I would recommend flying this off the ground. Land first, switch to sport mode, then take off. Don't do what I did. But basically what this is angle mode in beta flight. And basically it'll self-level, but it doesn't do position hold or altitude hold. And yeah, I am getting really pushed. The wind is picking up a lot more now. So let me now switch this to manual mode. That should turn off the angle mode, which I don't like actually. Whoa, okay, manual mode, super fast. Whoa, going too fast now. You can hear the props going kind of crazy. So yeah, you can build up some serious speed in manual mode. Be careful. But for freestyle flight, they're recommending the lighter 650 milliamp hour battery, which I don't have. They didn't send that to me. I'm not sure why. I would have liked to see what this is like freestyling, but it's a Cinewhoop, you know, it's a whoop, so it's not really best for freestyling. But yeah, I might get that later and do another video. If that's something that interests you, let me know in the comments. But yeah, you see, when you can see the tune here, when I build up a lot of speed, it starts oscillating. So the tune might need to be adjusted if you're going to be doing a lot of like speed. But again, this is designed for beginners, not necessarily for experienced pilots like myself. It's kind of fun, but like I wouldn't fly this on a regular basis. Like for me as a experienced pilot, just wanted to show you what that's like. Go ahead and land it here, and let me know what you guys think in the comments. Talk to you guys later.